She's the definition of a daily driver. This is my daily driven F80 M3. And if you're new to this channel, unfortunately, I've only had this car for about 4 months, maybe 5 months now, and I'm already planning on selling it. Actually, not planning on it, I am selling it. I always think there should be, no matter to what any situation, there should always be a rhyme to the reason. And unfortunately, me being able to own my F80 M3 at a young age, my realistic dream car that, you know, may be a little bit clapped and rebuilt title and stuff, I love this thing. And I've really learned how to drive a very powerful rear-wheel drive car in the worst possible Midwest weather conditions. But here we are. Yeah, bro, I'm not too satisfied with this because this is a sad moment because I'm fixing everything that's wrong with it to then sell it and give the next person, whoever owns this car, a very nice car. Because unfortunately, when I always buy cars from people, they never seem to be properly maintained. So I think, just for the start of this video, I think if anybody were to understand anything, is that if you're going to buy a cheap M car, it is going to be a really bad M car. Take that from my experience. So when I first got this car, there was literally only cosmetics that were really wrong with this car. And of course, when I did my first oil change, that's when things started really picking up. But I just didn't think that the stage that I would be in is where, like, I've only put on 6,000 miles, 7,000, maybe, okay, maybe it's more like 8,000 miles on the car since I've had it, and it's not doing well. I put on 24,000 miles on my N55 that was full bolt-on and with upgraded fueling, and it lasted longer. Not to say this one's not lasting right now, it's just not doing its job. The person who I bought it from lied to me about putting on new brake pads, so I was like, oh, okay. So the brake pads need to be replaced. So we've already covered this. I bought some yellow stuff brake pads, which are over there. Never installed them. So what do? I buy them, can't get my money back, so I gotta try and sell those with the car. And I got 2 sets of PS4 tires. One that's kind of not great thread, and the other one that's got kind of great tread. I said thread, I meant tread. Now, I got really expensive Continental winter tires on here, and they're very important, and they're 20-inch wheels. Great. So, going back to the brakes, as you can see, they're very shiny. Well, they're very shiny, and you can see that there. It's not good. So, I went ahead and bought a whole brand new brake set. You know, nothing fancy. This is very OEM and original, so it's nothing fancy. Listen, at the end of the day, again, whoever gets this car, it's going to be very well taken care of. You're just gonna have to worry about cosmetic damages. That's it. This is simply to make sure that you're getting a car that you don't have to have any worry for a very long time. Other than that, bro, this is it. So the idea right now is to fix an oil level sensor, which is draining the oil again, so I could get new oil, even though I just did an oil change today. I have obviously a new brake set to put in, and I have exhaust gaskets because I think I'm having a really bad exhaust leak. So hopefully that fixes everything, and if it doesn't, then I'm gonna hate myself. But either way, the M cars are not worth it unless you got a lot of money to spare. And I don't have a lot of money to spare, but I thought I did, and I thought I could afford a rebuild title one that I paid full cash for. I only have to worry about gas and insurance, but I'm still like, I'd much rather have my 435i or a 340 at this point. Really cheap on insurance and still hold great power and amazing sound. Hey. I am actually just really, really happy with the fact that I was able to purchase an F80 M3 full cash, no loan, no nothing, and be able to not only get the M3 badge back, a lot of the other things back because it was a rebuilt title, it was crashed in the rear end, so a lot of things were taken off of it. The only thing that people are going to end up having to realize when they see this car is obviously the mixed match paint, the paint chips and all that stuff, but again, when you have a daily driver and it's not super heavily modded, there's a huge difference. Now, I have thought about going to an Audi. I really have. It would be an Audi S4. I just don't like superchargers. I don't really love cars that have superchargers. I just don't like the whine sound. If I were to go with anything, it's always a turbo car. I love the way it feels, I love the way it sounds, and I love the way the building process is. So, you said get an S3. Nah, I don't know. I don't know. I'd go with an S3. I'm really thinking of just going and sticking with BMW, something that I know. So like a 340 with xDrive. I think that's one thing that I will always do is just get the xDrive. You feel it so much more. It launches so much better. And you can always turn DSC off or traction control off, so you don't even have to worry about it being rear-wheel drive only. So you can always drift if you wanted to. So would I go back to my 435i if I had the chance and the opportunity to buy it again? Absolutely. But at the same time, I sold that car for the main reason because I did so much to it and I didn't want that carbon fiber to get destroyed. But then again, I'm like, pay $1,000+ to put PPF on it so that way it never gets ruined, or sell it and get an M3 that's 10 times more expensive. So that's what I did. Anyways, this video is not about all of that stuff. So just understand that we should probably open this brake kit because I really want to show you the brake kit that I got. However, I do think that the S55 platform is the most reliable, especially when everything has been done to it correctly and you've maintained it very well. But again, you have to understand that if you want to be aggressive, you're gonna have, especially the Midwest, if you want to daily drive it, it's rear-wheel drive, you got to be very careful. I just drove through a snowstorm and an ice storm together, and it was a very interesting experience. But understand that wheels are very expensive, extremely expensive, especially the fatter the tire and the bigger the tire, the more expensive it is. On top of that, you're paying M tax. Granted, if you're smart enough, there's a lot of like 328i stuff and like N55 stuff that can actually be just bought and put onto this car and does exactly the same thing. So you're not paying the M price, which thankfully I know that, so I don't have to do all the M price stuff. But maybe this is a sign of like, okay, the M3 is showing me its ugly side right now, and maybe when I put the brakes on and you know I'm actually having a decent time, maybe that's the time where it actually does show me that, hey, this car is actually doing its job. Like, realistically, I think the only problems that it's having is the oil pressure sensor or the oil level sensor and then the gaskets right now. Other than that, I really don't think there's much else that's actually like really wrong with it. But I have thought about just pulling the trigger and honestly getting the exhaust tips for this, even though I'm like, I need to sell this thing. It's just, boys, the problem is, the thing is, I got this car to do road trips on and not give a single flying about putting miles on it, and that's exactly what I've done, and it's been pretty good on gas. I get like between 19 and 20 miles per gallon, and I'm a very spirited driver. There's just a couple things that I'm just like, bruh, maybe I should just like bite the bullet and just keep it, because at the end of the day, social media is all about luck, and I really do think that this M3 you guys are loving a little bit. Now granted, not everybody could afford it, but I think a lot more people are starting to get the higher mileage and rebuilt title ones, and like are understanding that it is possible to get these things, but just understand that there's problems that come with it for sure. What I ended up doing for these brakes, I got the Power Stop ones. So instead of spending OEM prices of, I think it was like $1,800, this is the exact same shit. So I am actually kind of happy about that. But it's a carbon fiber ceramic low dust with thermal torch. I mean, these things are literally, this was $600, and I'm pretty sure I got some really good pads and all. I'm hoping at least. And it gives you everything that you need. It even gives you the break-in period or time, how to do that, sensors. All this is from Turner Motorsport even. So this is what I'm actually kind of worried about, is the actual brake disc. Holy this thing is huge. That's why they're so heavy. God damn. Woo! Yo. Okay, that compared to that, I mean, the center definitely looks a lot thicker on this one than this one, but oh boy. It's the next day. Bad problems discovered on the M3. Actually, bad and more problems, I should say, because unfortunately when I was doing the oil changes, I wasn't really inspecting the car, and then of course the only time that I actually inspect the car, there's a few things broken. Now I can't show you the one that is underneath the driver's side left tire, because the wheel has to come off or I'd have to pump up the car, and obviously the car is not pumped up right now. But my headlight level sensor, or like the little thing that attaches to like two knobs, is kind of like pointless, is broken. But maybe you already knew that. Now, I guess I should say this. Now another thing is, the bushings that are on the rear diff. Now, these usually go out, but I don't know if you can really zoom in as best you can here, but they are actually not cracking. Bad news here. I'm gonna try and zoom in for this one because it's a little harder to tell. I don't know if you can see that, but there is a sensor that is just dangling. I don't understand how that happens. Like, there's so many things that are just, I need to repair on this car. Like, there's, the bumpers let alone need to get done as soon as possible. If I really want to get this car, like, cleaned up more than it should. But at this point, it's like, maybe I should just keep this car, bro. Like, every time I keep looking around this thing, I haven't even checked the gaskets for the exhaust, but like, it's annoying. It's annoying how many little things are broken. Like, the engine bay is missing a lot of its screws. Actually, underneath to the subframe plate, or the support plate, it's missing half of its nuts. So that's not good. Again, the exhaust gaskets, I think are just failing, so I bought new ones of those. But then there could also be a bad fuel pump or fuel line because I'm smelling so much gas recently in the cabin, and that's obviously not good. So many things, but that's it. I'm done complaining. This car, again, just understand that if you're gonna get a rebuilt titled car, do your due diligence, and if it's very far away, ask for multiple pictures and everything, and get like a PPE if you can, and good luck. Because there's probably going to be a whole lot of things wrong with it, but probably not anywhere near as bad as my peeling carbon fiber roof F80 M3.